Hello everyone, I welcome you again. So today we have Mr. Navin Rai with us. So welcome Navin.
Thank you.
So Navin is currently doing PhD from JNU Trivandrum campus. So Mr. Navin, we want to know a little bit about your academic background.
Actually, sir, I come from a very remote area, a district near Varanasi, Gazipur, from Eastern Uttar Pradesh. I have done my schooling from Gazipur up to class 12. Then I have joined BHU, BA Honors in Economics. After that, I moved to one of the famous research institutes in India, Gokhale Institute of Politics and Economics. There I have done MSc in Economics in General Core Economics. After recently, I have completed it in July 2022. As we tell that Gokhale is a corporate hub, my almost all the batchmates are placed. As an economist, I can say that the median salary is approximately 10 LPA per annum.
Okay, that's wonderful.
After that, having a such wonderful opportunity, I was interested in research area, and that's why I have decided in my undergrad that I will go to the area of research in a field of academics. And after completing, I have completed it in July 2022. I have won 2 medals at Gokhale, and before in 2021, I have cleared the national level exam UGC JRF.
Okay,
That is most important. That is most important for taking admissions in India for PhD.
yes, yes.
That is a minimum qualification, but you are, if JRF, you get more weightage.
Okay,
It is not mentioned anywhere in the papers that you get the weightage, but there's those who are interviewer, they have a psychological feeling that JRFs are get better than those who have cleared it. After that, I have applied for till July. There is only one form that I have got to fill, that is Center for Development Studies, JNU Trivandrum. It is one of the premier research institute in India, and there is an international Indian Council, Indian Council of Social Science and Research.
okay,
That takes the care of the research in the field of humanities and social science, and it is the top college of ICSSR.
yes.
CDS-Trivandrum. Mainly the courses that are available here is MA Applied Economics. First, it was MPhil, but it was discarded not due to new education policy. Now we have a direct admission to PhD programs.
Okay, okay,
Mainly the professors at CDS are research oriented. Apart from teaching, there is a very small batch. In MA, there are only 20 students. Can you think? The best thing about the CDS that I will say that the student teacher ratio.
okay.
That is most important because when we go through the post graduations and when we go through the journey, for example, we take an example how much irregular student you are, but when you will be recognized by your teachers in a class, no, you will never leave their classes.
Yes,
If
yes,
once a teacher asked you, I will be in the field of academics. That's why I know. If once the teacher asks, Navin, why you are absent studying, you will never try to left that teacher class because you are getting recognized. That's the matter. That's why I think there should be a proper student to teacher ratio, and our new education policy and NAP is focusing on it. And
yes,
aside from research, coming to the research, it is not a area like that you have done your post graduation and you have no option and you are coming to research. It should be decided early that you are going for a research.
yes. True,
Means
very true.
you have to keen interest. You have a eagerness for doing the research. That is most important because it is a very rigorous 4 to 5 year work. And first of the thing, you have to define your area of research interest. That is most important, and nobody one can help you in that. For getting the admissions at the premier institutes like DSE, IGDR, JNU in the field of economics, and many more IITs have still joined the field of humanities and social sciences. The most important thing that you have your research idea. Means you have to prepare your research proposal before appearing in the interview,
Yes, very true.
and that is most important part. That is the most important part where the most of the student get failed because no one else can tell you na, ki what's your area of research interest.
Correct.
No one can tell you. It's totally depends on you. And if you go to ask to some of the professors, ki, sir, I want to do PhD, can you help me? Every professors have a some area of research interest. They will divert you toward their area of research interest. And most of the students gets failure. Because if, for example, I am an development economist, I have an area of research interest in development. But if I will go to some of the demographer, population studies professor, they will motivate me toward the fertility. If I go to some of the labor economics, they will motivate towards me the problems of labor market. That's matter more. So
Mhm.
first your area should be clearly defined in your own mind,
Yes, very
and you
true.
have to prepare your research proposal. And after the preparing, you must have a readings of research papers, because from reading the books you cannot get idea about the research.
Mhm, mhm.
Books are only to give the exams, to mug up the things, learn it, prepare for UGC, and because you are going to research, books does not provide any empirical studies. Every research papers contain the empirical studies. That is most important.
Yes,
From where you get the data, what are the drawback, where I will get the data, what are the methodology included in that. That is most important part. Then it begins ki how your mind evolve to think. And I hope every students who are want to pursue their career in the field of academics research, they should start reading the papers when after joining the postgraduates.
yes, very
They
true.
should read they should read the books, but they should start reading the papers in their area of interest.
Yes, very true. Because research paper writing is, writing and the structure of a written paper is very different, different from the textbooks. Little bit,
Yes, yes.
references you need to give, what are the theory behind it, with the proper referencing, everything. I totally
Yeah.
agree. Yes, correct.
Books only provide an area. Books write those results in a simple words, in a form of theories. For example, the most important model, Solo, everyone from the field of economics knows that. It was written in 1956. It had been revised many times. That's why. And one thing the much students should focus ki they should read the standard books. That is most important. Because when some of the students, those who are from state universities, they have worked hard,
Mhm.
they have eagerness to research. But when they comes with the students, those who are from JNU, BHU, GIPs, IGDR, these colleges, ISI, DSE, when they comes at the PhD level and meet, or at postgraduate level, they feel embarrassed. I doesn't know anything. That's why students should be careful in reading and selecting the books. That is most important part.
Right, right.
Standard books provides you a greater idea. And mostly in the state universities, the economics of syllabus different, because they does not focus on mathematical part of the economics. Mostly in India, in the state universities, that's the problem lies within that. That's why the papers of UGC are so easy. We can say that I have got my JRF in the first attempt without any preparation. I have only sit in the exam.
Okay, okay.
That thing like so. One thing you should think the syllabus of mathematical economics. If you are doing PhD and you are going in the field of academics, and one thing is clear: without mathematics, you cannot go for economics at a higher level.
Mhm, mhm.
You should have a better analytical thinking. You can understand the things. Economics is not all about ki, if the Fed has increased his interest rate, what will be its impact on India. It is not about only the that thing. If you are saying those things, you have to prove it. And for prove it, mathematics is most important.
Very true. Yes, yes.
So that's why I hope up to class level 12th, up to level of class 12th, mathematics is most important. And it is sufficient. Not more than class 12th level of mathematics is necessary. It is sufficient for a student. And they should not be an afraid of mathematics. If you are an economist, you should not be an afraid of mathematics and stats. That is the truth and a clear concept.
Yes, very true. So once somebody is completing PhD in economics, what are the career opportunities they have? Academics and non-academics. Which kind of career
Yeah.
opportunities?
See, it's totally depends on the mind of the students. If they want their career in a field of academics, in a teaching, there are various vacancies you get got every year, and you have to publish your papers, job market papers, your quality research papers that should be added in your CV. That matters more, because in interview nobody will ask you question about general economics. Once or two times it may be asked, they will ask the questions according to area of your research interest. That is another part. And after PhD, many of the students join corporate hub as an VC vice president. Directly they join the corporate hub, they work as an consultant, vice president consultant, and various field in the corporate. And some of them works for the ministry, some of get the projects from the ministry and works as an independent researchers in the field of economics. And those are many fields. And if you have done something better in your research, I hope, and you are from a good institute and you have done work, first the institute matters, the tag matters. That is most important. Because I know many persons, those who are very good, they have done a very excellent work in their work, but it's take time to recognize.
Mhm.
That's matter. That's why the tag is important from where you're doing, selecting the institute. And I would suggest the students who are doing undergrad now from their state universities or from the local places, I will recommend them. There are 10 to 12 universities or institutes in India. You have to move to them for PG now. Because if you want to have filled in a career of economics, because actually you will get to know there what is economics.
Exposure will
The
be
people thinks
fast.
economics is all about the India. Yeah, people, the things that people in India, they tell economics is all about the Indian economy. Economics is not about that. Recently, there are 3 Nobel laureates for having a how the bank deals during the crisis.
Mhm.
We have recently 3 awards. Three of them are American economists. That's why we have to think why the India does not got the Nobel. The problem lies there because we does not have a that set of analytical mind thinking. We only mug up the things. The problem lies there. We only mug up the things.
Okay. Okay. Acha, tell us something about the paper, paper writing, journal publishing, how to identify journal, and how
Yeah.
much it is important. Somebody is completing PhD in the,
Yes.
they want to go in academics, wants to become lecturer, assistant professor. Then what weightage and how to identify a particular journal which will say that my research work is a good quality work. How to find it?
Actually, see, in the field of economics or any subject, there's the journals ADVC quality journals. There has been there is a rank of the journals. They are mentioned it's belong to A quality, D or B or C quality. For getting as in a field of academics to the premier institutes, you should have a papers in these journals ADVC, that is called. In these journals, you should have your papers.
Okay.
That is most important. And 2 to 3 marks for each paper is given in as an weightage. How much paper you have published during your PhD.
Okay.
That is most important part. And in the field of academics, it is most important. And if you are going for an independent research now, first it was necessary that UGC has a rule that you have to publish 2 papers to get your PhD degrees in national or international journals.
Mhm.
But now the UGC has removed it. But many of the universities like JNU have doesn't remove these criteria. They have said you have to publish your 2 papers. And firstly, the things your guide is most important part in your life. He
Mhm.
will be the only what the paper we will write. He will be the author, and you will be a co-author in that paper. You have
Mhm.
written that paper, but it seems he will be the author, and you will be a co-author.
So guidance is
And
required.
think yeah,
Experience
guidance
guidance
is
is
required.
there.
Yeah. Without their name, your paper cannot be published. Clearly, I am saying no one will select without their name. Your paper cannot be published.
Because they are
That is the problem.
recognized, they are experienced,
Yeah,
they are
yeah,
they are
yeah, 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 yeah.
maybe because of that.
The paper get published and the paper gets selected. Papers are reviewed also. That's why, because no one will publish the papers of a young researchers. The guide name is most important. That's why they are the author in that paper, and almost the guide helps up to 25 to 30% in that paper in deciding methodology, what you have to write, what are the words that to be used.
Okay. Okay.
Guides, somewhere guides are helpful, but in India the mainly problem the research within the guide and the researcher is like that. They have a tug of war. But I hope that should not be, because the guide is everything, and he is the man or he or she is the man or woman that's builds your career in the field of academics.
Mhm. Okay. Yes.
Because you are recognized by the name of your guide after PhD, after the name of the JNU or you will be asked in the interview under whom supervision you have done your PhD.
Okay. Okay.
And that's matter more.
Okay. Acha, tell us something how to maintain a good, healthy relationship with the supervisor, and how to select a supervisor and the topic. Please, can you tell something about it?
Yeah. Actually, see, the student does not have a too much right in selecting the guide. Students have only right that they define their area of research interest. After there is PhD coordinators and the research academic committee in every universities
Okay. Yes.
that gives professor to the students according to their area of research interest.
Yes. Yes.
That's one thing important. And if some student wants that I want to pursue under you, you can take it. You can request to RSC or you can say directly to the professor. Professor
Okay.
will directly say to the research advisory committee and you will get.
Okay.
These things are simple, but the healthy relationship, that is most important part that every Indian student or the students, those who want to pursue in future, that they should know. So be helpful in nature. There is humbleness. You are on the kind of him. In simple words, you can say that if the work has been given for you, complete it on time.
Yes.
Go for asking. Mostly happens, no. Student think that I will not ask to my professors. I am at the same level. These things. And mainly there is a hierarchy that's create the dispute.
Okay.
One thing about better about the CDS is there is no hierarchy. You can call your professor by name. They say, if you want, you can call me by name. And that is the important that we
Comes
get
at
in
the
a
end.
premier type of institutes. Yeah, if
Open and
somewhere there will be the lie of hierarchy, there will be a dispute because it's an human nature. So it's totally depend on the institutes and the professor how they're dealing. For example, we have tomorrow we have yesterday we have a meeting with our professors and coordinators and director of the institutes at CDS. When we have to take the tea and snacks, the director was in the same line in which the students were.
okay. Okay.
That is the most important part. If you break the
They
chain
give.
of that hierarchy, if you break
Uh-huh.
that chain, no, there will be no dispute.
It
And
seems
the
people.
students and the professors both have to play the role in it.
Yeah. It seems
Yes.
people are quite open enough. They are more approachable.
Yeah.
They value
Approachable. That's that.
that kind of
Yes.
equality. Opportunity to interact.
Equality.
That is very good
Yes.
thing. I like it. That is very good thing. So, tell
That
us.
is the most one important part.
Yeah. 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 Do you want to tell something about conferences? How to identify conferences and.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, you will get the mails from your professors or from that institute and through LinkedIn, every institute puts on it that we are going to organize the conference there. You have to submit. They provide the date. You can submit the abstract of the paper up to that date, and after up to that date, you have to submit your complete papers. These are the things, for example, LSE. Many of my seniors who have papers have been selected at LSE, Athens, Cornell. Recently, there was an conference at Cornell. So these you will get options there. You will get the things there, and you can get it from there. So if you have sent the papers, if you have sent the papers to the conferences, it gets selected, it will get published. You will be called for the conferences, and what guides role play. And there's the name of guide to be your paper gets selected there. That matters. and if your paper gets selected, you will go for the conferences. And institutes like JNU, they provide the scholarship for the if some of the student wants to go to the foreign country for presentation of a paper in a conferences. The JNUs like institutes provide, many institutes provide the whole fees, the whole expenditures what it will take, because it is not possible to go with JRF with 31,000 savings per month you are getting as an fellowship. It is not possible with that. The
Okay, so
the
institute.
institutes provide the better opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Institute provide the money. Institute provide the
They
money
want to encourage.
flexibility.
Yeah, they want to encourage
Yeah,
their
yeah.
scholars
Yeah.
to be,
Yeah,
acknowledged
yeah.
at international level. Yeah,
Hmm.
understood.
And yes. And if you want to join some foreign institutes for 6 months or 3 months and go to pursue their research to expand your work, to expand your thinking, they will provide scholarship you. Or if you want to join different institute for 6 months or 3 months in India, then they can provide you. You can go. These are the things. There should be a flexibility in the system.
Yes.
That is most important, and that the hierarchy between the professor and the student should be break out.
Okay.
That is one most important part for research.
Yeah, thank you. So thank you so much, Mr. Navin. So is there anything else you want to share
Okay.
with the viewers? Any last words?
Yes. The last word is, if you want to come to the field of academics, there should be an eagerness. Think about that. The researcher does not study for 24 hours. They study for 4 to 3 hours. But you should always think like that. There should be an always something that should be in your mind. That is most important part. Nobody studies for 24 hours. Nobody studies for 16 hours. But they studies for 3 hours. They think it about 16 hours. That is my recommendation for every student. Those, to be in a field of academics, be motivated. Don't be demotivated. You will get fail sometime, but if you want, you can achieve it. Anything in this world.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
Mr.
sir.
Navin. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.